Time now for Morning Rounds with CBS News contributors Dr. Holly Phillips and Dr. Tara Narula, a cardiologist at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York. First up, proposed new food labels could soon change the way you eat. The FDA is considering changing serving sizes on nutrition labels for the first time in 20 years. Today, a 20-ounce bottle of soda is measured as 2.5 servings. The new labels may count that same bottle as 1 serving, just like a 12-ounce can. Tara, what are they trying to do here?
They're trying to give the nutrition labels a makeover. Basically, our current nutrition labels are based on our eating habits and nutrition data from the 1970s and 1980s. They have not been updated since 1990s. So what we're really trying to do is make them more realistic, have more helpful information for consumers so they can eat healthy. So the big thing that they're going to change is the serving size. So serving size is supposed to represent the typical amount that you eat. And as you mentioned, for a soda, 20-ounce soda, most people drink the whole bottle. So that would represent 1 serving going forward in the future. Similarly, with a pint of ice cream, most people don't eat a half a cup, which is the current serving size. They eat a cup. So those are some of the changes that might happen. In addition, packages that have 2 to 4 servings would potentially be broken down into 2 columns, listing the per serving nutritional information and the per package nutritional information.
Well, that would be nice, because I feel like I'm always doing the math to try to calculate, like
exactly.
A full bag of chips eating, something you would think is all 1 serving. Right. Do they think that that will actually make people eat less, eat more, affect them at all?
You know, Vanita, there actually is some evidence to show these new labels may have the opposite of their intended effect, meaning people might see it as an endorsement to eat more rather than less. You know, in one experiment, people were shown a family-sized lasagna, and they were shown it with the new serving sizes, which are in fact larger. That caused them to order 43% more than one shown the older serving sizes. You know, ultimately, I think it's just going to take some getting used to, and really we have to remember, serving sizes are not recommended portions, right? They represent more what we typically eat, but not what we should eat. We'll just have to focus on that. Is
this a done deal, Tara, or is this going to actually, do we know this is going to happen now?
So the FDA is reviewing public commentary on this now, and they're hoping to make a decision by the end of the year. If they do, in fact, decide to do this, manufacturers will have about 2 years to make the changes, and we expect that about 17% of packaged foods would have to undergo some changes to their labeling.
Well, next up, new advice for preventing peanut allergies. The American Academy of Pediatrics and 10 other groups recommend that infants at high risk for allergies should have foods with peanuts before they turn 1. That would make a lot of moms I know nervous.
Yeah, you know what? In some ways it seems counterintuitive, but we now know very clearly one of the best ways to prevent peanut allergies in children is to give them peanuts early. Now, there was a large landmark study that came out just this past February. We reported on it. In that study, they found that for children who were at high risk of developing a peanut allergy, introducing peanuts into their diet early as infants, even under the age of 1, lowered their risk of developing an allergy by 80%. Now, that's compared to kids who avoided peanuts altogether. These study results were so dramatic, so compelling, that the American Academy of Pediatrics wanted to put out these interim recommendations rather than waiting until next year when the official guidelines are supposed to come out. They wanted people to benefit now, not wait.
Right. But Tara, how do you know if your kid is at high risk for peanut allergy?
Right. I know. As a parent myself, every time I introduced a new food to my daughter, there was the fear, is this going to make her allergic? So some of the clues for parents would be, if you have a strong family history of food allergies or peanut allergies, or if your child had early onset eczema when they were young, between 4 to 6 months. And then the last is if they have egg allergy. Those would be things that should make you say, I should probably take my child to an allergist and have them tested.
But does that recommendation apply to all children then?
Right. You know, I spoke with Dr. Kari Nadeau, who's a top food allergy researcher, who also served on an advisory panel to the committee that put out these new recommendations about that exact thing, Vanita. She said the reason that these recommendations are for high-risk kids only is because really this research was focused on high-risk kids. But chances are, introducing a number of foods early to all children, whether they're high risk or not, is going to be of benefit. It's just that the recommendations aren't quite there yet.
All right, many Americans use omega-3 supplements to help slow cognitive decline, but a new NIH study raises doubts about their benefits for brain health. Holly, what did the study find?
Right. So there's been a lot of research to suggest that diets that are high in omega-3 fatty acids help our brain. They decrease cognitive decline and help our memory. This study really wanted to focus on supplements. So we know omega-3s are found in foods, fish and flaxseed oil and canola oil and vegetables. But they wanted to see if supplements made a difference. So there were 4,000 people that they followed over 5 years. Some people took an omega-3 supplement, some people took placebo, and at the end of the 5 years they found that taking the supplement did not help to prevent cognitive decline. There really wasn't any significant brain benefit there.
What about food? Because I'm paying more for the eggs with the added omega-3. Should we be doing that?
So food is the best way to get it. And omega-3s are essential fats. Your body can't produce them. You have to take it in via eating. So the omega-3s have several effects in the body. They help our cells work better. They turn on certain genes. They reduce inflammation. And specifically for cardiovascular disease, they've been shown to be very helpful in terms of lowering triglycerides, blood pressure, decreasing clotting, and preventing sudden cardiac death from abnormal heart rhythms. So the American Heart Association recommends that everybody should be eating about 2 servings of fish a week. Particular fatty fish is really the best kind. And if you don't like fish, then certainly, as Holly mentioned, flaxseed and nuts and some vegetable oils can also be substituted.
So what, if anything, can we do, Holly, to slow cognitive decline?
Right. Well, in addition to, of course, following a heart-healthy diet and exercising, if the brain had a motto, it would be use it or lose it. So we know staying socially connected with friends and family, more social interaction is better. Working longer, retiring later in life has also been shown to decrease cognitive decline. And even reading, doing exercises for the brain, puzzles, whatever it is you can do to stimulate your mind, especially as we age, really makes the biggest difference.
Finally this morning, don't feel bad if you've ever cried while watching a movie. A new research finds a few tears in the theater may actually help improve your mood. Dutch researchers showed participants 2 highly emotional movies. They found moviegoers who cried during the films felt happier about 90 minutes after they ended. Those who didn't cry did not feel happier. I cry all the time. I can cry at a well-produced bank commercial, but it's true.
What about all the commercials? You be in a good mood every time you watch TV, because there's so many commercials that make me cry.
I think I'm going to stick with action and comedy movies and sort of just take my risks there. I think there's
I find it very cathartic. It lets something out.
You cry? Sometimes?
She's sentimental.
I know.
Nobody knows.
Good admission.
Now we know.
All right, Dr. Holly Phillips and Dr. Tara Narula, thank you very much for being with us this morning.